Hi, this is Scott Kegler. I'm the publisher of Wines of the Yadkin Valley, and I'm here at Applewood Bistro again today. And today we're going to pair up the Shadow Springs Dark Shadow, which is a very unusual wine, with a dessert. So we'll be right with you. Thanks. I'm here with Alan Day and Chef Thua at Applewood Bistro, and today we've got a pairing that's a little different for us. This is the Shadow Springs Dark Shadow. This is a wine with chocolate in it, and we're going to pair it up with an apple tart. Is that right, Chef?
That's correct.
So, Alan, why don't you open that up for us, and we'll just talk about what it is that we're going to do. Chef, tell me what it is that you got for us today.
What I'm going to fix today is Granny Smith apples, and have a little tart flavor to it. And then the sweetness of the wine that we're going to be tasting is common to the apple tart.
Right.
They have a little bit of brown sugar and cinnamon and nutmegs in it. And I think this wine right here will go real well with the tart because they have that tartness too. And plus on that chocolate flavor, maybe enhance it on your dessert.
Right. Well, personally, I think chocolate goes great with anything. So I don't think we have a miss here at all.
Right.
So why don't we just give this a shot here and see what we think of this. And Shadow Springs tells me that this is a combination of a Merlot and a Cabernet Franc. And in each barrel of wine, they actually pour a gallon of dark chocolate.
You can smell the chocolate.
Yeah, you certainly can smell the chocolate. What I find interesting is it's not all that sweet. I mean, it's not like a sweet wine, but you definitely get the chocolate.
The chocolate does come through.
It's nice.
It's interesting.
But I think this is one you have to have with a pairing, right? I'm not sure I would sit down with this, you know, for my evening wine. I think I would probably have it like we're going to have it with
Have with a dessert, I think, yeah.
Or maybe even with a meal. I'm not sure. What kind of meal do you think this would it go with a main dish?
Right now is a good time to have something like a chocolate flavored wine into it. Because you can do a lot of fall and winter times. You can do some kind of fondue on your strawberries, melons with the chocolate.
All right, so we're going to go into the kitchen, and Chef Thua is going to cook up a couple of tarts for us, and then we'll come back out here. So we'll see you back here in just a minute.
Today I'm going to make a simple apple tart with Granny Smith apple. What I'm going to do is already pre-sliced Granny Smith apple, and I have the little tarts in it. And my ingredient today with the apple tart is brown sugar, butter, nutmegs, and cinnamon. And we're making a tart from flour dough, and put a little tart shell, and we bake it off. In the meanwhile, we're going to saute up cooking the apples. So in the process of cooking the apple, you're going to need at least about 2 tablespoons of butter. Okay. You put your apples in there, and your butter melt a little bit golden brown. You want your apple to get to tender stage. You cook the apple for about 3 minutes or so before you put all the other ingredients in. At this stage, you want to go ahead, put your little bit of cinnamon, about a teaspoon, a half teaspoon of nutmeg, give them a little nutty flavor. And the next thing, you want to give them at least about 3 tablespoons brown sugar. Want to caramelize it. Now you want to lower down the heat a little bit and let it caramelize it. In the meanwhile, I'm going to check my tart that I put in the oven and bake it off. Now this time I'm going to lay my filling right into the tart.
Okay, so we're back, and Chef Thua has made this apple tart for us. Looks great, and this is the AB, right? This is
Yeah, it's
Applewood
supposed to be
Bistro.
an apple
Okay.
bistro. We try to do a little bit of garnishing,
right.
presentation.
So everything Applewood Bistro has got to taste good. So that's the chocolate, right?
That's the chocolate.
Okay,
And
good.
homemade ice cream.
Homemade ice cream.
We do have a variety of homemade ice cream that we make in daily.
Really? Oh, that's terrific. And this is vanilla?
That's the vanilla.
Okay.
We have a cinnamon ice cream now that we're putting on a bread pudding. It's
Oh my gosh.
actually really interesting.
Okay, so we watched you make this, but just explain to me again what this is. This is the shell. I don't think we watched you make that.
The shell is just the pie dough crust. Well, actually, I just put on a tart and we bake it off for at least about 8 minutes before I saute and caramelize the apples with the brown sugar and butter and cinnamon and nutmegs. And after that, when the pie dough is done, I take it out and put the filling in it.
Okay.
Very simple. Sometimes you can make it with the graham crackers, or you can make it with the French pastry.
Okay. So a more flaky kind of a.
Yes.
Okay. And you probably can't see, but the caramelizing is around here, and this is the same caramel that you put on top of the apples, right? Now, is that the product of the cooking the apples?
Yes.
Okay.
So actually,
the juice from the pan.
juice from the pan and the juice from the apple that coming out,
Okay.
and incorporate in with that brown sugar and butter, and that's what they give you the flavor.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll find out here in just a minute. So I've got the crust here and Granny Smith apple.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Great. Now I didn't take the chocolate with that. Let's see what happens with the wine.
This is the
brings
good
the
way.
chocolate.
Yeah.
It brings the chocolate right in there. And this is a little different because most of the time I have like a dessert wine as the sweet part of the dessert, right? And this is different from that. This is the dessert and the wine, and the two of them really come together nice. And that boy, that chocolate comes right out of there.
It does. Don't say so.
And yet it's not overpowering when you taste it. I think the chocolate is actually more of a smell than a taste in this. Okay, so what we got once again, this you can see it here, the apple tart with Granny Smith apples, homemade vanilla ice cream, which is delicious, and the Shadow Springs Dark Shadow, which again is a Merlot Cabernet Franc, which I would expect to be pretty strong, although it's not, with a gallon of chocolate, not in the bottle, but in the barrel. And this is another terrific pairing. It's great. You know, the flavors match up really well. And I didn't really talk much about the caramel, but that really kind of brings the pieces together and makes it great. So once again, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week. If you feel adventurous, look on the site for the chef's recipe. We'll have it there, and try it out. See you next week. Thanks.